Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I finally have my Christmas card to share with you in this video featuring the Holly Jolly Elf from Rachelle Anne Miller. Now I shared this card a while back already on Instagram. I know the video is late again, including the blog. Well, I have been sick this month. And I was actually trying to postpone doing the voiceover as soon as I was no longer sick, but then instead of a cough, I now have my nose. So I'm really sorry for the voice and maybe the strange noises or pronunciations. But I really wanted to share this card. I also have a few other Christmas cards left to share with you, and I I kind of hope to be able to do it before Christmas, but I just don't know since I'm sick whether I will be able to really share everything before Christmas. So we'll see how that goes, and otherwise I will maybe share a Christmas card each month next year. I have no clue, but yeah, so that's where we're at. Today's Christmas card is with yellow and blue and then a bit of brown, of course, because we have reindeer. Really simple coloring, colors that are returning. So every yellow is the same yellow. There are several blues here, but it's all the same combination. So in case you want to revisit Copic combinations, you can find them all on my blog post. I'm linking towards it in the description box down below. So normally, whenever I am coloring tiny humans, like here, I prefer starting with the hardest part of the coloring. For me, that stays the hair, but as you can see here, I kind of postponed on coloring the hair, which is dangerous, I must admit. It's a hazard of the hobby. It's like if this one isn't working out and you did all of the coloring already, you realize that you have to start over. It's really doing everything all over again. So that's why I normally, if I'm not too scared or postponing or anything, but if I'm like, um, if my mind is alright, then normally I start with the hardest part, which is for me the hair. That is something that I suggest doing because this way, if you succeed, then you are free to go and all of the rest will follow. As you know, it will work out great. So it's something that I suggest doing, but as you can see, sometimes I also, well, don't really take my own advice. Uh, but yeah, so the coloring worked out, so that's why I'm sharing this video with you, and this card actually turned out as a card. Also something that I am most often doing is just start on a card and see wherever it leads me. So in this case, for Rachelle Anne Miller, I actually just see whether it is fitting an A2 sized card or the other size that I want to create, like a mini slimline, before printing it. And then I just go with the flow. So most of the time I just print it, I start coloring. That's most of the time the case. From time to time I make my own mask, and in this case, whenever doing digital prints or digital stamps, I also print the image on some cheap printed paper. And then later on I use some repositionable adhesive so that I can just temporarily create a mask with it, add it on top, and then create a background. So today I'm doing that, just a really simple mask. Once I've colored everything in, I will do some ink blending on the background, trying to mimic a tiny bit the blue that I have here going on. The blue combination is B97, 95 and 91. So just for a bit of chatting, Christmas is almost here, and I love creating Christmas cards. I didn't make enough this year, but I have said it many times already, I think, that this year was a bit of a strange year. I had some really great ups and then some really, really deep lows this year, which is unfortunate. But it kind of led towards creating less, having less time, taking more time to heal and stuff. But this card was so much fun to create. I recently shared on Instagram in one of my stories, so some of you have seen it, others have not, because some of you don't have Instagram, others don't really follow stories. But as I most of the time only share my cards on Instagram, I just thought to share it in my stories, and then it would only be up for like 24 hours. But in case you haven't seen it, one of my greatest ups from this year, which also influenced the amount of cards, is that I'm actually pregnant. I'm due in April. So we're now at week 23, I think. It's really exciting. I have more energy again, but as as you can hear, I've been sick in the past months, which is not helpful to create. So therefore, everything stayed a bit silent on the craft part. But yeah, so I am currently, as I said, week 23. There is lots of movement. The tiny one is moving a lot, and sometimes really heavily as well. So the husband here already felt the baby a few times, which is really exciting for him as well, so that we can share that. But yeah, it keeps me busy. We finally started on doing some work in the what will be the room of the baby, but there is still much to do, like buying furniture, painting an accent color on one of the walls. So yeah, in the weekends I'm most of the time spending like 70% of the time thinking about what I still need, what we need to do, sometimes doing the things that we still need to do, and then if I have a bit of time left, I'm creating a card. So it is limited, but it each time brings me joy to do so. But there are just other things that I first need to take care of before I can start creating cards. But I think you can understand that. So we will see how the card making evolves. Most of the time I can get my cards done, but it's all the things afterwards, like the blog and the video. Having the voice and the energy to do the voiceovers is the biggest struggle currently. So that's why all of it is a bit late. But I'm happy to see that I'm sharing a new video today with you, and I'm also happy that everything is going great with the baby so far. Um, so yeah, so here I'm onto the background. As I said, I'm blending a blue background. It's a night sky kind of background, really simple one. I love this combination. Also using a bit of black soot on the top. It can be scary, but it really is worth it because it just deepens the blue so much more. So just keep going back and forth until you have the blend that you want. And then I decided that I wanted to have some white splatters to recreate some snow. So here I'm peeling off the mask. You can also leave the mask on until you have added the white splatters, but I really love having the snow in front of the images as well. So therefore I needed to peel off the mask first. So the white gouache that I'm using is from Winsor and Newton. I bought it like ages ago and it's still working great. I had to add a bit of white gouache on top of my acrylic block here that I have only for white gouache, but since I haven't crafted in a while, the gouache was a bit stuck in the tube. Not a biggie. I fixed it. and it was really sticky, but you just add water to the gouache and it works great. So here I'm just splattering it all over, and on the bottom I had some boo-boos with my fingers. I apparently had put my fingers in the ink and then added it on the bottom of my panel, which was not the idea, but you can just easily add a bit of white gouache there as well and have it like to represent the snow some more. So I did that. I added some white jelly roll pen details to the eyes. Rachelle always kind of uh, foresees like the shining in the eyes, but when you color, you can go over it and then you don't have a white part. So a white jelly roll pen really helps with that. And then I added some glossy accents on top of the nose, and that is my card for today. It's a really simple one, lots of returning colors, but I really love this yellow and blue combination. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you like the end result. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really sorry for my voice and my nose that is stuck, but I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here, and I wish you all an incredible day. Bye!